Hello, dear English learner. Welcome back to another exciting and transformative episode. This episode where we make English learning simple, effective, and enjoyable. If you've ever found yourself stumbling over words when speaking English, if you catch yourself translating in your head before responding, or if you feel a wave of nerves during conversations, this episode is tailor-made for you. Picture this: you're chatting with someone in English, and instead of wrestling with grammar rules or searching for the perfect word, your sentences flow effortlessly. No hesitation, no stress, just clear, confident English. Sounds incredible, doesn't it? Well, today, I'm going to show you exactly how to train your brain to make this a reality. I'm Jason, your host, and I'm here to guide you on your journey to becoming a fluent, confident English speaker. This episode is part of our Decode, your English channel, where we help learners like you master English step by step. We believe learning English should be natural, fun, and stress-free, not a source of frustration or confusion. And here's the best part: you're not alone on this journey. We're building a vibrant community of English learners who support and inspire each other. Your voice matters. If you're facing challenges in your English learning, if you have questions, or if there's a topic you want us to dive into, let us know. What are your biggest struggles? What would you love to learn more about? Share your thoughts, ideas, or any English learning hurdles, and we'll do our best to create episodes packed with practical, actionable advice to address them. Because at Decode Your English, we don't just teach English, we solve problems, provide real solutions, and keep you motivated every step of the way. Today, we're tackling one of the most critical topics in English learning: how to train your brain to speak English automatically. How does that mean? It means speaking without overthinking, without getting stuck, and without hesitation. It means making English as natural as your native language. And yes, it's absolutely possible. In this episode, I'll guide you through how your brain learns a language naturally, why traditional methods like memorizing grammar rules can slow you down, practical techniques to train your brain for automatic speaking, a simple daily plan to boost your fluency, even if you don't have a speaking partner, how to overcome common challenges like fear, hesitation, and limited vocabulary. By the end of this episode, you'll have clear, actionable steps to transform your speaking skills. Whether you're learning English for work, travel, or everyday life, this method will help you speak with confidence and fluency. So, are you ready to unlock your English fluency? Stay with me, and let's dive in. Why speaking English automatically matters. Imagine you're in a conversation with a native English speaker. You understand their words, you know what you want to say, but something holds you back. You pause, you hesitate, you try to translate from your native language to English in your mind. By the time you respond, the moment has passed, and the conversation has moved on. Sound familiar? This is one of the biggest challenges English learners face. You might know thousands of words or have studied grammar for years, but when it's time to speak, your brain freezes. You can't find the right words quickly enough. You second-guess yourself, or you worry about making mistakes. But here's the good news: you can train your brain to speak English automatically, just like you speak your native language. Let's look at a real-life example. Think about young children learning their first language. They don't sit in classrooms memorizing vocabulary lists or studying grammar rules. Instead, they listen, repeat, and speak naturally. They hear words and phrases repeatedly until they become second nature. They don't translate or overthink, they just speak. And that's why they become fluent effortlessly. Now, compare this to how adults often learn English. Many focus on grammar rules, memorize word lists, or practice writing exercises. But when it's time to speak, they struggle. Why? Because they haven't trained their brain to think and respond in English without translating. So, why is training your brain for automatic speaking so important? Let's break it down. It boosts fluency without hesitation. Fluency isn't about Speaking fast, it's about speaking smoothly and naturally without long pauses. When your brain is trained for automatic speaking, words flow easily. And you don't need to stop to think about grammar or translations. For example, imagine you're at a restaurant and the server asks, "What would you like to order?" If your brain isn't trained, you might translate the question, think about your response in your native language, and then struggle to form an English sentence. This takes time and feels stressful. But with automatic speaking, you'd instantly say, "I'll have a salad, please," without hesitation. It builds confidence. Fear of mistakes is a major reason people feel nervous when speaking English. But mistakes are part of learning. The more you practice automatic speaking, the more confident you become. Think about learning to drive a car. At first, you focused on every detail: steering, braking, checking mirrors. It was overwhelming. But after months of practice, driving became natural. Speaking English works the same way. It helps you think in English. Translating from your native language often leads to unnatural sentences because languages have different structures. When you train your brain to think directly in English, your speech sounds more natural and fluent. It saves time in conversations. Imagine you're at work and your colleague asks you a question in English. You don't have time to think about grammar rules. You need to respond quickly. Automatic speaking allows you to answer instantly, keeping the conversation flowing. It makes learning fun. Studying grammar from textbooks can feel tedious, but training your brain to speak automatically is exciting. You'll enjoy the process more as you notice progress, like when you respond to a question without pausing or understand a movie without subtitles. In the next section, we'll explore how your brain learns a language naturally and why traditional methods don't always work. Plus, I'll share powerful techniques to help you start speaking English automatically. Stay tuned, and let's keep going. How the brain learns a language. Your brain is an incredible machine, controlling everything from thinking to speaking. It has billions of neurons forming a vast network that helps you learn new skills like riding a bike, playing an instrument, or speaking a language. The brain learns by recognizing patterns. And the more you repeat something, the stronger those patterns become. Language is a system for expressing thoughts, emotions, and ideas through sounds, words, and grammar. The fascinating part, your brain is naturally wired to learn languages. Every child, no matter where they're born, learns their native language fluently without textbooks or grammar lessons. They hear, absorb, and speak automatically. So why is it harder for adults to learn a new language? The answer lies in how we approach learning. How children learn versus adult children learn languages through a natural process. Listening first. Babies spend their first 12 to 18 months listening to their parents and surroundings. They don't speak right away. They absorb sounds, words, and phrases. For example, a baby hears "Do you want milk?" repeatedly and begins to understand it before speaking, repeating words and phrases. After listening, children start repeating simple words like mama or bye-bye, then short phrases like want juice. Their speech isn't perfect, but it improves with practice, learning through meaning, not rules. Children don't study grammar. They learn by associating words with meaning and context. When they hear "I want an apple," they understand the meaning, not the sentence structure. Adults, however, often take a different approach. They focus on memorizing grammar rules or vocabulary lists, which can slow down speaking. To speak English automatically, you need to mimic how children learn by listening, repeating, and focusing on meaning. How this applies to you: listen more. Surround yourself with English through podcasts, movies, or conversations. The more you hear, the more your brain absorbs patterns and pronunciation. Repeat out loud. Practice saying phrases, not just single words. For example, instead of learning "happy," learn "I'm so happy today," and repeat it daily. Focus on meaning. Don't obsess over grammar rules. Watch English shows and focus on understanding the context, not analyzing sentence structure. In the next section, we'll dive into practical techniques to train your brain for automatic speaking. Stay with me. Techniques to train your brain for automatic speaking. Now that we know how the brain learns, let's explore practical techniques to make English speaking automatic. These methods are simple, effective, and easy to incorporate into your daily life. Consistency is key. The more you practice, the faster your brain adapts. Shadowing technique. How it works: listen to a native speaker, e.g., a podcast or movie, and repeat their words immediately, mimicking their tone, rhythm, and pronunciation. Pause after short sentences and try to match their style. Example: if you hear, "I love exploring new places," pause and repeat it exactly. Practice until it feels natural. Why it works: shadowing trains your brain to process and produce English in real time, bypassing translation. Think in English. How it works: practice mental conversations in English. Describe your surroundings. "The sky is clear today." Plan your day. "I'll finish my work, then relax," or imagine answering questions. "I enjoy hiking." Why it works: thinking in English eliminates translation, making your responses faster and more natural. Listen, imitate, speak. How it works: listen to a short conversation, imitate the speaker's tone, and then speak the sentences without reading. For example, if you hear "How's your day going?" repeat it in the same style, then practice saying it on your own. Why it works: speaking out loud strengthens memory and builds muscle memory for pronunciation. Learn phrases, not just words. How it works: instead of memorizing "tired," learn "I'm exhausted, I need a break." Practice full phrases in context, like "This is so delicious" when eating. Why it works: native speakers use pre-learned phrases, not individual words. This makes recalling sentences easier during conversations. Speak daily, even alone. How it works: talk to yourself about your day, read articles aloud, or record yourself speaking for 1 minute. Use apps to check your pronunciation. Why it works: speaking activates different brain areas than listening, making it essential for fluency. Active listening. How it works: engage with what you hear, repeat sentences, guess what comes next, or answer questions in your mind. For example, if a character says, "I'm so stressed," predict why and respond mentally. Why it works: active listening sharpens your brain's ability to process English quickly. Reduce translation. How it works: learn meanings in English, e.g., a dog is a four-legged animal that barks instead of translating. Use English subtitles or dictionaries. Why it works: skipping translation speeds up your thought process, making speaking more automatic. These techniques are like exercises for your brain. Practice them daily, and English will start feeling natural. Next, we'll cover a daily practice plan to make this part of your routine. Keep going. Daily practice plan for automatic speaking. To speak English automatically, you need consistent practice. Like training a muscle, many learners struggle because they study randomly without a clear plan. Here's a simple daily routine to improve your fluency. Morning routine. Think in English. Start your day by describing how you feel. "I'm excited for today," or planning your schedule. "I'll have a meeting, then lunch." Listen to English. Replace social media with a podcast, audiobook, or YouTube video in English. Focus on the main idea, not every word. Speak out loud. Stand in front of a mirror and talk about your plans or summarize what you listened to. Practice phrases like "I'm heading to work now." Midday practice. Think in English throughout the day. Describe what you're doing. "I'm eating lunch," "It's tasty," or imagine conversations. If someone asks about my hobbies, I'll say, closing parenthesis. Listen and shadow. During breaks, listen to a short video and repeat sentences, copying the speaker's tone. Small conversations, if possible. Chat with a colleague or online partner about simple topics. If alone, talk to yourself, imagining both sides of a conversation. Evening routine. Storytelling practice. Tell a story about your day in English. Record yourself and listen for improvement. For example, "Today, I visited a cafe. The coffee was amazing." Active watching. Watch a movie or show, repeating lines and predicting what happens next. Mimic the character's expressions. Review and plan. Summarize your day in English and plan tomorrow's English activities. I'll listen to a new podcast. We can plan English only day. Dedicate one day to using only English for everything writing, speaking, and consuming media. Join a speaking group. Find an online language exchange or participate in English Q&A sessions to practice with others. Key takeaways: practice 30 minutes daily. Think in English, speak out loud, and immerse yourself in real-life English. Be patient. Fluency takes time, but is within reach. Overcoming common challenge. Every learner faces obstacles, but each has a solution. Here's how to tackle the most common problems. Fear of mistakes. Solution: accept mistakes as part of learning. Focus on communication, not perfection. Practice in safe spaces like recording yourself or joining friendly language groups. Celebrate small wins, like saying a sentence correctly, translating instead of thinking in English. Solution: start with simple thoughts in English. I'm hungry. Use English to English dictionaries and practice quick response exercises. Describe an object in 30 seconds. Struggling with pronunciation. Solution: listen to native speakers, shadow their speech, and break down difficult words, e.g., interstating. Record yourself and compare. Limited vocabulary. Solution: learn words and phrases. I'm thrilled to meet you. Use new words daily and practice paraphrasing if you forget a word, e.g. Describe fridge as the cold box for food. Speaking slowly or hesitating. Solution: practice with a timer. Use simple sentences and talk about familiar topics. Repeat common phrases until they feel natural. No speaking partner. Solution: talk to yourself, read aloud, or use AI chatbots for practice. Join online language exchanges for real conversations. Losing motivation. Solution: set small goals. Learn 5 phrases weekly, track progress, and make learning fun. Watch movies, play games. Remind yourself of your reasons for learning English. Key takeaways: mistakes are normal. Think in English. Practice pronunciation daily. Learn phrases. Speak quickly. Find creative practice methods. And stay motivated with small goals. Final tips and encouragement. You're on an incredible journey to master English, and you're already taking the right steps. Learning a language is like planting a seed. It needs time, care, and patience to grow. Here are final tips to keep you moving forward. Consistency over perfection. Practice daily. Even for 5 to 10 minutes, treat mistakes as opportunities, not failures. Immerse yourself in English. Listen to podcasts, watch shows, and change your phone's language to English. Create an English-speaking environment wherever you are. Make it fun. Sing English songs, write a journal, or play games in English. Enjoying the process speeds up learning. Don't compare yourself. Your journey is unique. Focus on your progress, not others' speed. Set clear goals. Aim for small wins, e.g., I'll learn 10 phrases this week and track your achievements. Believe in yourself. You can speak English fluently. Remind yourself of your goals. Travel, work, or connecting with others and let them fuel your motivation. Final words: you are capable of speaking English automatically. It's not about perfection, it's about consistent practice, a positive mindset, and enjoying the process. Your brain is built to learn languages, and with these techniques, English will soon feel as natural as your native language. Keep practicing, keep growing, and never give up. English opens a world of opportunities, and you're closer to fluency than you think. So, what's your next step? Start today. Speak out loud. Listen to English and have fun. Share your biggest challenges in the comments, and I'll help you overcome them. Let's learn together. If you found this episode helpful, subscribe to Decode Your English for more tips like this episode, and share it with friends learning English. Your feedback shapes our content. So let us know your thoughts and questions. Thank you for joining me today. Your dedication is inspiring. Keep practicing, keep believing, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, happy learning.